Welcome Aquarius, Pisces, to your in-month reading for February. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. And if you friends are interested in a personal reading, I do personal readings. All the information is under the video in the description area. Okay, now getting straight in here. Best message. We have the Death card coming out. Love it. This is the ending of the beginning, my friends. This is where the change and transformation is really coming through. So there's a big shift coming from you guys. And the end of a cycle is near. So Spirit really wants to bring that out. But this is ending. Okay, you might have somebody around you who's being a little cold and a little emotionally manipulative. It could be even a lot of moodiness going around. It could even be you. Maybe you're even feeling a little moody at this time of the month, however it is. And having some scattered energy. So whether it's you or them, we'll see how that goes. But there's also a lot of exhaustion and burnout. I think it's you. I think you're a little moody because I think that there is. I think you do know this is the end of the cycle. You could be feeling that energy, and it might have you in some kind of stagnation, a little stress, a little moody, right? Bringing out a little bit of vulnerability as well, little over vulnerabilities towards your emotions because of the frustration and scattered energies. Which could also be dealing with an Aries or a Cancer as well. Let's see what's going on. Or a Gemini or a Libra or an Aquarius. I'm having this inner turmoil. Yeah. There's some kind of releasing worry that you need to deal with at this time. Could be trying to reach out about this situation. Backsliding relationship. Against the grain over here. Competition and strife. Okay. I see what's going on over there. So there's some kind of competition and strife going on within your life. It almost feels like maybe the expectation of what you considered the ideal relationship, the dynamics were a little over confining. Or maybe they were confining you. And you had expectations, or maybe they had higher expectations of you, or you had higher expectations of them. But it does feel like you're kind of over analyzing this situation at this time, trying to be objective about the situation, but it just seems to cause more internal turmoil and inner conflict than it's almost like it's worth in some ways. It just feels like there's some petty egos going on. Clarify on the King of Cups, please. And the inner turmoil. I want to do both together because it's almost like that's where the moodiness is coming from, is the inner turmoil. Yeah, the disconnect, the isolation, withdrawal. It's almost like you're trying to step out of your feelings in order to see things a little more clearer for yourself with the Hermit over here. It's almost like I'm trying to step out. I'm not happy about this situation. I'm very upset about this situation. Maybe if I can look at it from a different point of view, maybe then I can put the puzzle pieces together about why this is happening, being kind of more honest with yourself and the way that you're feeling, trying to bring in that inner strength from the struggle. So it does look like, yeah, there's a lot of influence over here in persuasion. There's a lot of focus on yourself about how to find this joy. So overall joy within this situation. And it feels like that's exactly what you're trying to do with the Hermit. But for now, it's just going to end up having you isolate yourself away a little bit as you're trying to regain that clarity. A lot of intense emotions over here. Just feels like whatever's going on, there's a lot of clouds surrounding you right now in this situation. It's almost like you're in a self-protection mode, trying to keep yourself disciplined in the other areas of your life. Almost like but I have to keep my heart going. I have to keep going to work, and I still have to be there for my kids, and I still have to do this. You see what I'm saying? So the priorities around you is what's keeping you in this like control area and focusing more so on what is important. Even though you're still trying to figure this piece out, right? Whatever this is where you're saying, this is a little cloudy. I'm trying to figure it out, but this is where my priorities are. So I have to actually focus more on my priorities right now than I'm going to really 100% worry about that, right? Because to me, that's kind of like, right. I don't know if this person's going to realize this though. Let's look at, I feel like there's another person involved here. And I do feel it's a fire sign for a lot of you. It doesn't have to be. But it does feel like, you know what, it's like something's trying to come up to the surface over here in the past. There's that manipulation again. So if you felt like somebody's manipulating a situation or trying to misuse their power, trying to get away with something, or do you have the past coming back in this controlling area of your life? It's almost like, so even if it's a new person, it's almost like you're seeing it as, oh my God, here we go again. Because it's almost like you're trying to sit into your quiet power over here and try to figure things out. And this person is like far beyond driven to tell their truth, to tell what they want to say. They would just want to say what they want to say. Whatever this is from the past, they want to bring this up. They want to make sure, right, that this is brought to life. They want to communicate this with you no matter what. There's a lot of negativity coming off this situation, but everything they're saying is very optimism. It's all about optimism. It's all about negative. It's only one-sided. They're only talking about, there's no unfairness. There's no balance. It's all about the me syndrome. But it happened to me, and I did this, and you know. So it does feel like all they're kind of doing is just kind of talking about themselves. They're not really saying anything when it comes to what's really going on about the situation. It's definitely the me syndrome. It's victimization. Okay, so they're really playing the victim card over here when it comes to this situation. No wonder you're not really paying attention. So yeah, and they're saying that there's a lot of remorse and a lot of past resentment from the situation. You may be feeling the past resentment, right? You're like, oh man, maybe I regretted saying something. Maybe I regretted saying what I truly wanted to say. I wanted to make amends. Do I want to make amends? So I just feel like, you know what, but it's going to be hard to cut the losses to the situation when this person is only playing victim and they're only bringing up what happened to them. Sorry, that's what it is. This is where they're getting their power. They're getting their power from bringing in the me syndrome. Interesting. I feel like they just want to criminalize you through this situation. And if you know it took two to tango in this situation, they definitely are only putting it all on you. Yeah, definitely unfair. It's just unfair, trying to make you feel guilty and trying to almost punish you for this situation. When it's like, excuse me, it was an argument between the both of us. But see, that's that manipulation in its own way. Could even be a lot of gaslighting too, because then you could sit over there and say, but you said, and then they'd say, I never said that. And it's like, well, yeah, I'm sorry, you did. So I do feel that this situation, yeah. When it comes to what the failures are that they did in the situation, they're playing it very small, my friends. It's like, well, yeah, I did say this one little thing, okay? But you said this big giant thing. And it's like, okay, so we're really going to weigh that in a handbasket? Really? You're going to make what you said to me as small as a ladybug, and you're going to make mine like the size of a house? Because as far as I remember, when we weigh these things in a handbag, it's pretty much like we're just equally as, right? If it's coming down to that kind of situation, we equally said some terrible things to each other, but all of a sudden, pretty interesting that, I'm the one that's completely 100% in the wrong. It's where they're trying to justify themselves as being the better, doing better than you. So you called me a nasty word, I called you a nasty word back. oh, but the nasty word that I called you wasn't as bad as what you called me. Really? Really? Because pretty much, I'm pretty sure if it was a nasty word, they're pretty equal to each other. Okay? So that's really what it feels like. Now, if you guys know that it was, they're just playing victim and you never even said anything, then that's a whole different story. But I don't see that. I really don't see that. It would be such a small case, because really what it is this bickering back and forth. And now them saying that you were way overboard about the situation. You're like, but I told you that it is not going to work, guys. And this is where the struggling relationship comes from, and the disharmony, right? So it's showing that, they're not going to forgive you at this time. So instead of making amends the way we need to make amends, that's not really happening. There's too many tensions. They're not coming back together. They're not connecting the way you want them to connect. When we connect to each other and we want to make amends, it's like, I'm sorry that I said this to you. They're supposed to turn around and say, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that either. Because that's where the love is. No. You're saying, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said stuff like that. And they're like, you shouldn't have. It's like, what the fuck? Okay, never mind. Why did I even say it? Because if they're not going to, they're just going to play victim and not even admit to that they said something wrong. It's almost like you wasted your breath. So I don't see this going anywhere. This is just a bubbling hot brook, like bubbling cauldron over here of just of all this crap. And you're not winning. Okay, so if you think that you're going to win at this situation, I have something news for you, my friends. You are not winning this. So if you do have the desire to reconcile, you're going to have to wait until they get over pity poor me in the victim area over here, because even as you have the desire to forgive, they're pushing it all on you. I don't see them saying they're sorry. I see them pointing the finger when they should also be pointing the finger back at themselves and saying, you know what, and I screwed this up too. But if that is not it, it is not here. I mean, I'll pull another card and see. If anything, I got unfairness, the justice card in reverse, guilt, dishonesty, and punishment. Trying to punish you for this situation. No, so that they can feel like they win. They're impulsive and ruthless. I'm sorry, I don't see it. With unachievable, unpredictable expectations from you. Okay, meaning that they don't even have to do anything. All they have to do is sit over here, and then they're waiting for you. And for some reason, I feel like some of you have done this before, because I said it earlier in the reading. Oh shit, here we go again. Do we really have to do this again? Because last time it didn't work. And if it has to do this again, this may be the red flag for you to take your love, take your business, we'll just say, because it could be a friendship, it could be anything. Take your business elsewhere, right? Because that's what it's really coming down to, is that if it comes down to this kind of relationship, no matter if it's platonic or romance, it doesn't matter. It's showing how it's always going to end up from time to time. And I think for some of you, this is an ongoing up and down karmic trench and a karmic cycle. And then you have to wait a little while, and it's almost like they sweep it underneath the floor and then expect you to come baby me, or, oh yeah, you're my best friend, or yeah, we're going to work together, however it is. Because that way it's always on their terms. But they don't really have to do anything. They don't have to do anything. See, it's all about power and dominating. So I didn't get some healing cards. Okay, should have brought my healing cards out. Oh, I'm going to use this deck. My goodness. Okay. Reaching your destination. Your light is shining brightly. Just keep watching your own light. Support is all around you. You do have other friends around you that can be very supportive. You might even need counseling if you're in a marriage or something, or talk to somebody at work about the situation. Unknown territory. You're exactly where you need to be, right? Don't worry about what's going on with this person. You just keep walking your path, okay? Just keep being you. Okay, because that's really, yeah. It's really all there really is, right? Is that you can only do you in this situation, because over here, they've got themselves chained to the wall, okay? Chained to the wall. Me. right? Oh, it's always me, me, me. And it's self-sabotage. Seven of Swords. Okay. Okay. And I love it, and I love this card as a self-sabotage too, because it's like, you see all these swords that he's running away from? Those are all his feelings. And you see these two swords back here? Those are your feelings. Pay attention to me. I've got all the feelings, but I'm going to leave your feelings behind because I don't really, sorry, that's what it is. Right? Because if it was upside down, it would be coming clean and confessing about the regret, rethinking the approach, knowing that I'm doing something, knowing that I'm getting caught, turning over a new leaf so that, I'm not hurting other people. So not only the self-sabotage of themselves, but it's also them getting away with something, right? And them stealing, leaving your emotions behind. They don't care about your emotions. They're just going to take everything for themselves. Me, me, me. The other one that's great for self-sabotage is a 5. 5 of Swords, right? Yeah. Because any way you want to see it, it's almost like when it comes to emotions and thinkings and thoughts, they don't care. They're just strategically thinking about how they're going to get away with their emotions and keep your emotions behind because there's no room in their arms for your emotions. That's, whoa. But that's what they do. That's what it is. And that's self-sabotage. This is a different kind of self-sabotage, though. This is more of a victimized kind of self-sabotage. The 5, right? Sometimes the 5 of Swords can be a self-sabotage of, I didn't do it right. I did it too wrong, right? I'm betraying myself, right? And this one this is no matter what, though. You want to see that as self-sabotage because they are, no matter what, deceiving themselves. Because who are they deceiving? They ain't deceiving you. You already know what they're doing, right? But it's because of that guilt. It's because of the way that they're deceiving that piece, the way that they're getting away with it, the way that they're not betraying, the way that they're detailing this. See what I'm saying? It's all about getting you to feel like you're punishing yourself. Oh man, I didn't mean to make you feel like that. I'm so sorry. But you know what that is also? Manipulation. But when we put ourselves into this type of category of a self-sabotage, it doesn't give anybody any room to want to care in the end. Because you've stolen away all of your, you know what I'm saying? All of your hopes and your dreams of even getting anything. It's a deceit. You're deceiving. In the end, they're just deceiving themselves because they think they're getting away with something. So it depends on how it is. Right? In this situation, it's definitely that. Because some of you might even, oh man, I'm sorry, I didn't. And then you're going to completely 100% blame yourself when Spirit says they need to put that finger to themselves and make sure that they understand that they were just as guilty as you. Right? Oh yeah, absolutely. Because that's what they do. Right? That's how they get our emotions. You. Okay, my friends. Good luck, okay? Peace and love. Bye-bye.